Tell me why I was living in Chile for 6 months with no brain fog, better sleep, and just thriving. And then I come back to America and it's instant bed rot, fatigue, muscle tension.
America is drained as a whole. Like the whole country is running on fumes right now. Wake up tired, go to work tired, go home tired. And it's not because we lazy, it's because the system is actually exhausting us and draining us.
Just like too much is expected of people that are not paid enough to give a crap about certain things, and the people that are highly compensated are incompetent.
I hate when people are like, you work in healthcare, have some compassion. Healthcare killed my compassion.
Hi, welcome back guys to another video. Today we'll be looking at something different, something special. Alright, we'll be looking at the burnout in corporate America. If you're working in corporate America, I believe you already understand what I mean. Alright, but this is actually something that has been happening for a while now. We've been seeing a lot of videos about people who are getting burnt out from their jobs, getting tired. And this is not necessarily because the jobs are not probably paying well, but because there's no sense of fulfillment, one, and people are getting tired, being stressed out from this job. So we have a lot of videos lined out for you on this particular topic. Right, so stay tuned. Please leave a comment, and we want to start featuring your comments in these kinds of videos, in our videos. So it would be nice if you drop a comment.
The burnout in America is unreal. Did you see the headline that said 43% of Americans have used vacation time to just spend the day in bed? They're not using PTO to travel, they're using it to sleep. That's how tired we are. And I can already see the comments now. You guys are getting vacation time? I've heard stories of European coworkers not being able to meet their American coworkers in multinational companies because they don't want the American workers finding out how much vacation time the Europeans get. If people from the States found out how much vacation time you get in Europe, I think there would be some big changes like tomorrow. It is unreal having to live in a place where you have to pick either getting a surgery or putting it off because you don't have the time to take off from work. This can't be healthy. This can't be the right way to live. That's why we're moving to Europe, the land of sunshine and rainbows. I like to say that to rile up my comments. No, we're moving to Portugal, a country within Europe that has its own slew of problems, of course, like anywhere else. But we're escaping the work culture. We're escaping the hustle and bustle and the never being able to take time for yourself. I'm turning 30 soon, and this can't be it. This can't be all there is to life.
Does anyone else feel like corporate America is sucking the ever-living life out of them? The energy of this week is just putting a wrench through me slowly. And I worked through the holidays, but there's something about this get back at it this week. I don't have it. And I feel like it gave you the best that I got. I don't know what else to give at this point. I am bone dry.
A big part of the mental health issues today is corporate America, is capitalism in terms of just like too much is expected of people that are not paid enough to give a crap about certain things, and the people that are highly compensated are incompetent. Like totally, I don't know if this shocks you or not. I mean, at this point, nothing really surprises me, but how incompetent some of these leaders are. Leaders, they're not even leaders, and the burden of like all of this stuff seems to fall on the lowly paid workers that have to fight tooth and nail for a raise in this inflationary environment? Like, what is going on here?
I saw this TikTok from a girl saying her friends were so burnt out from corporate America, they were getting checked into psych wards. I fully believe her. After working in corporate America for 7 years, I've seen some of my closest friends get heart attacks, strokes, cancer, and even someone passed away. I think society got it wrong by saying we need this hustle culture. We need to always be working really hard. I think there's a difference between working hard on your own business and your own things you're passionate about versus working for someone else's dream. I think 95% of people that work in corporate America are working for someone else's dreams. It's not 100% what you want to do every single day with your life, but you feel like you have no other choices. Make sure to save this video if your health is more important than someone else's dream, and to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, because you can't take care of your loved ones if you don't pour into your own cup first.
Check on your friends in corporate, because we're not okay. We are burnt out, we are stressed out, and every day gets worse, because apparently they don't realize that it's the end of the year and things are supposed to be slowing down, because in fact every day gets busier with more and more and more work. and there's no time for a break, and there's no circling back after the holidays. They need things immediately, and it's urgent, and it's horrible.
As a staff nurse in New York City, I don't feel well compensated for the work that I do. I feel like nurses anywhere, regardless of where you live, should be making $100 minimum. Half the time we're working understaffed. We have to deal with unsafe patient ratios. It's just a lot. Bedside is really back-breaking work, and I feel like we do not get paid enough for this. I see why nurses are real quick to either leave the bedside or they go PRN or go travel, because this is ridiculous.
The main reason employees nowadays don't want to become a leader or they don't want to do any kind of manager role is because they're already tired, burnt out, exhausted, overworked, underpaid in the role that they're currently in. Okay, they're in either an entry-level position or mid-level position. They're an individual contributor and they are already tired. Why would they want to then use whatever, little work-life balance they have or just that energy they have left to then go become a leader or a manager? It can be very exhausting. Okay, it's definitely not for the weak, but also it's not for somebody that wants to have a life sometimes, because it does consume you. You're doing long hours, you're responsible for a lot of things, you're not getting paid enough a lot of times, and it's just exhausting. It's not something people want to do. And let's be honest, sometimes it feels like you're babysitting grown adults. You're having to teach them accountability, you're having to teach them basic knowledge and facts and common sense and certain things they should already know. But it isn't something that's appetizing to candidates anymore. They would rather stay in that individual contributor role for as long as they can than ever apply to anything that is in regards to a leadership position or a manager position. It's just not something that's worth it for them. They want to have a life, and sometimes being in those positions, you will not have a work-life balance.
I work in tech, I'm sure we all know by now, and I've been asking a lot of people in my industry what their wives or partners do, especially because I work with a lot of men, and majority of the time they all say, oh, my wife is a stay-at-home mom. And I have kind of done my own research and talking to people, and the women that I do know that work in these industries like tech and finance, they don't have children or have a lot of nannies and stuff. It's rare for me to find someone that I work with that I really look up to their life. Obviously I look up to how much money they make and stuff, but their actual life, I'm I don't work with a lot of moms, and I just have been struggling with the sustainability of it all. I'm kind of how do I do this forever? And it's not even it's an hours thing, because I feel the hours in corporate are not crazy. It's 40 hours a week, sometimes more, and it's fine. It's more of just the insane amount of stress and pressure for what feels like it's no reason, because I'm not a doctor, I just work in tech, and I'm kind of just I can't live like this, nor do I want to live like this. And when I want to have kids one day, how do I do this? Because I know you get maternity leave and stuff, but I'm gonna have to return back, and I want to make all my kids' games. So talked with so many people about this, but I feel it's just gotten so much worse. The stress, the pressure, the expectations. You're doing more with less because of all the layoffs that happen, and we're in such a bad economy right now, and everyone's stressed, and it's coming down from other people, and it's kind of just okay, all of the individual contributors or ICs are low-key just getting. Sometimes I feel bad because I'm damn, is the purpose of my videos just complaining? But I'm not trying to just complain. I just want people, if they feel like this, to not feel like they're alone, because I'm trying to figure it out and I don't know what the long-term solution is.
So I get the fact that not everybody loves their jobs, all right? In fact, very few people are satisfied with their job, but they have to do it because they kind of have to make money. However, I believe that for most people, you just have to, for where you are right now, you just have to strike a balance between loving your job and then doing what you have to do. All right, you may need to, and this is not a time where you can just leave a job, especially how the economy is right now, where you can just leave a job without prior planning. Because the job market is basically trash right now. All right, but you can I was about saying you can start a side hustle, but not everybody would want to start a side hustle. But for the meantime, what I would suggest is that you just do the job you have right now, right? Or you can try to build a business that you enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, first you have to enjoy it. Secondly, you have to make money from it. If not, I don't believe it's worth your time. All right, but you should try to build something that first you enjoy and that should make money for you. and you know this is not something that can be done instantly. It's not a decision you should just make after you've quit your job. All right, this is something that you should have been planned out. All right, the same thing with some of you may know Ali Abdal is a productivity guru or something like that. He's a doctor and studied the course for how many years? 7, 8, 9 years. And when he gets out and start working in the medical industry, he didn't like the job, and the pay wasn't that great for doctors. You see, so he had to start building an online business. Now this took him because of, I think, 2 years. He started building a YouTube channel, and now he's doing very well. He's a doctor and he's a content creator. He's an entrepreneur, and this may be the case for. This has been the case for a lot of people, and it can be for a whole lot more people. All right, so you just have to strike a balance of where you are right now and what you would want to do in the future. So thank you for sticking around in this video, and please make sure to like, subscribe, and please let us know what you think about the burnout in today's current corporate America.